very warm welcome to my dear students. I hope everybody is safe and sound, keeping healthy and studying as well. Dear students, in previous class we have discussed about an multiplication of mixed fractions and use of. Dear students, I hope you all very clear with that topic. Then in today's class, let us discuss about our next topic, that is on multiplication properties of fractions. Here in this multiplication of properties of fractions, you will see four properties. Okay, those four properties you have to be followed while you are multiplying fractions. Okay, let us discuss one by one of all the four properties. The first property is changing the order of fractions does not change the product. See here, changing the order of fractions does not change the product. Dear students, we have learned this changing the orders in the third chapter. In four operations also we have learned in the multiplication topic, that is if we are changing the order of the numbers, we will get an same product itself. Here also in fractions same, if the fractions are changed, the places of the fractions change, you will get an same product. Okay, the product does not changes. See here, I have taken one example regarding to this property, that is 2 by 4 into 3 by 5. You know already these two are improper fractions. Now if you multiply these two, you will get here product as an 6 by 20. You know that how to multiply these fractions. You have to multiply the fractions here with the numerator itself and denominator with denominator itself. See here, 2 3s are how much? You will get here as in 6. Then 4 5s are how much? You will get here as in 20. This is a product we got by multiplying these two fractions. Then if we change the places, okay, if I write in the place of 2 by 4 as a 3 by 5 here, and in the place of 3 by 5 here I will write 2 by 4. See here, I have written 3 by 5 in the place of 2 by 4, then 2 by 4 in the place of 3 by 5. Okay, then what we have to do? We have to be multiply with the numerator and denominator with the denominator. See here, 3 into 2. 3 2s are how much? You will get here 6. Then 5 4s are 20. See here, whether the products are changed? No, the products remains the same. If the places or order of the fractions changes, the product will not change. The product will always remain the same. Okay, this is about an first property. After writing this, at last what you have to write? Therefore 2 by 4 into 3 by 5 equal to 3 by 5 into 2 by 4. Okay, this is you have to be followed while you are writing a first property. Then in next property what it says, the second property says that changing the grouping of 3 or more fractions does not change the product. See here, if the more than 2 fractions are arised, okay, the more than 2 fractions are arised and we are making that as a group. Okay, you know that already how to make a group if the more than 2 numbers are arised. Okay, so I have taken one example here, that is an 2 by 3 into 4 by 5 or into 2 by 2. This is the 3 fractions I have taken. I have make a group of these 2 fractions. Okay, 2 by 3 and 4 by 1. For these 2 fractions I have make a group and I have left this fraction as it is. Then what we have to do? We have to be first multiply these two fractions. Okay, first we have to multiply these two fractions. See, 2 fours are how much? 2 fours are 8. Okay, 2 fours are 8. Then 3 ones are 3 into 2 by 2 into 2 by 2. Then after this, what we have to do? Again we have to multiply these two fractions. We have to multiply these two fractions with a numerator and denominator with a denominator. 8 twos are how much? 8 twos are 16. Then 3 twos are 6. Okay, this is one part. See here in the next what we have did, we have changed here. First I have made a group of first these two fractions. Now I will make in the next step for these two numbers as a group. Okay, I will leave 2 by 3 here as it is. Then 4 by 1 into 2 by 2 I will make for these two fractions as group. Then 2 by 3 you have to be write as it is into, okay, into 4 twos are how much? 4 twos are 8. Then 1 twos are 2. Okay, you will get here as an 8 by 2. Now again you have to multiply these two fractions. While you are multiplying these two fractions, you will get a product here as a same. See here, 2 8s are how much? 16. 3 2s are 6. See here what the product we got in the first step here. In second step also we got a same product. So the grouping of numbers, okay, changing the grouping of 3 or more fractions does not change the product. Okay, the product will not change here. If the group changes, the product will remain as same. Okay, this is a second property. Then in the third property what it says, the product of a fraction and 1 is the fraction itself. See here, example I have taken here 4 by 2 into 1. Okay, 4 by 2 into 1 I have taken. See, if any fraction is multiplying with the number 1, you will get a fraction itself. See, this is a fraction we have taken. Then 4 by 2 into 1 by 1. Okay, for this whole number you can write this is also an in the fraction number. 4 ones are 4, 2 ones are 2. See here the fractions remains the same. 4 by 2 we have taken here as a fraction. Then the product also we got here as a same fraction itself. Then this is about an property 3. The fourth property says that the product of a fraction and 0 is always 0 itself. See here in the fractions, if the 0 arises here, okay, 7 by 5 into 0. If the fraction is multiplying with an 0, you will get an 0 itself as a product. Okay, see here 7 into 0 divide by 5. You know the denominator will not change. The denominator will remain same. Then 7 zeros are 0 divide by 5. Okay, then if the 0 divided by 5, you will get here product as a 0 itself. Okay, if the fraction is multiplying with a 0, then the product you will get that as a 0 itself. This is all about an multiplication properties of fractions. Dear students, here this is an multiplication properties of fractions. In multiplication we have learned a few topics, that is multiplication. First topic we have learned, that is multiplication of fractions. Next we have learned multiplication of whole number with a fraction. Next multiplication of a fraction by fraction. Multiplication of a mixed fraction with the whole number. Then multiplication of a mixed fraction with the fraction. Multiplication of mixed fractions and use of. At last we have learned about the multiplication properties of fractions. This is all about an multiplication. Okay, this is all about an multiplication. Next, we will discuss about an division part. See here. First, we have discussed an multiplication. Now, let us discuss about an division of fractions. Dear students, now let us see about the division of fraction. Okay, first we have already discussed the multiplication. Now let us see about a division of fractions. Here, before we learn about the division of fraction, let us learn multiplicative inverse or reciprocal of a fraction. Okay, in fractions, how to write the reciprocal and multiplicative inverse. Both are same here. Multiplicative inverse or reciprocal. Both you can use the word. Then here first point says that two fractions are the multiplicative inverse of each other when their product is 1. Okay, their product will get as a 1. Here, for example, the multiplicative inverse of 2 by 3. Okay, the multiplicative inverse of 2 by 3 is, how will you write here multiplicative inverse of 2 by 3? You know that already how to write the multiplicative inverse. Already you have studied in the previous classes also. Then here also we will see, you know that first you have to write here the denominator part must be written as a numerator. Okay, then the numerator part will be written as a denominator. See here, here is a 2 by 3, then the multiplicative inverse of 2 by 3 will get as a 3 by 2. Then how will you get a product as 1? Let us see. We will get a product as 1, that is 2 by 3 into 2 by 3 into 3 by 2. Okay, you know that how to multiply the fractions. Numerator with numerator you have to multiply. So 2 3s are how much? You will get here as an 6. Then 3 2s are how much? 6. Now you can cancel this. 6 1s are 6 1s are. Okay, you can write here 1 by 1 or 1. Okay, see here the product what we got here, for the multiplicative inverse of 2 by 3, the product we got here as a 1. For any multiplicative inverse of any fractional number, we'll get the product as a 1 itself. Then to find the multiplicative inverse of fraction, we have to interchange the numerator and denominator. See here what we have did here, we have did change the numerator and denominator. See here 2 by 3 is there. At the numerator part what is there? Here is an 2. These 2 I have written at the denominator part. See here this denominator part I have written at the numerator part. This is a reciprocal or multiplicative inverse. Okay. Then to find the multiplicative inverse of a mixed fraction, convert the mixed fractions to improper fraction, then interchange the numerator and denominator. See here, if the fraction is in the mixed fraction, how will you convert these mixed fractions into an improper fraction? Then for the improper fraction, you have to be taken reciprocal of that fraction. So you know that already how to convert the mixed fractions into an improper fraction. So I have taken 2 whole 1 by 3. You will get this improper fraction as 7 by 3. 2 3s are 6. 6 plus 1 7. 7 by 3. Denominator part you should write same. Okay. Then here this is an fractional we got here 7 by 3. Then how will you write here 7 by 3? Multiplicative inverse of 7 by 3 is 3 by 7. You know that while you are converting the multiplicative inverse, the numerator part must become at the denominator and the denominator part must go to the numerator. This is the process you have to be follow while you are doing a multiplicative process or reciprocal. Then after this, what you have to write here, the multiplicative inverse of 2 whole 1 by 3 is 3 by 7. See here, you will get the multiplicative inverse of 7 by 3 is 3 by 7. So 7 by 3, how will you get here? By this mixed fraction you will get here. Is it? So I have written 2 whole 1 by 3 is equal to 3 by 7. This is the way you have to be follow to convert these mixed fractions into an improper fraction. Then improper fraction you have to be write in the reciprocal. Then we will see the multiplicative inverse of whole number except 0. Okay, except 0 will always have 1 as a numerator. Okay, see here I have taken one example of a whole number. 74 is a whole number. So for this 74, what I have did, the multiplicative inverse 1 by 7. 1 must be written for the whole number as a numerator. Okay, 1 have to be write at the numerator part for the whole numbers. Then what you have to do? Then the multiplicative inverse of 1 is always 1. The multiplicative inverse of 1 is always what? Always it remains as 1 itself. There is no multiplicative inverse of 0. Okay, there is no multiplicative inverse of 0. This you have to be remember very well. Now this is all about a division of fractions. In this division of fractions we have discussed the multiplicative inverse or reciprocal. Okay, dear students, in this division of fractions we will see one more topic, that is division of a whole number by a fraction. Okay, how to solve the problems here? Replace the fraction by its multiplicative inverse. Okay, for the given fraction we have to make that as in multiplicative inverse. Okay, reciprocal we have to make for the given fraction. Then replace the divide by into. The symbol, if the symbol arise, the division symbol arise, in the place of division symbol we have to be write as an into. Okay, now let us see one example regarding this topic. See here, in this example 42 divided by 6 by 7. See here, one number is a whole number, then one is a fractional part. So if the problem arises like this, how will you write? First you have to make this whole number as a fractional part. Okay, 42 by 1 into, here I have written 7 by 6. How I have written here 7 by 6? By taking an reciprocal of this fraction. Okay, here for this fraction 6 by 7, what is the multiplicative inverse of 6 by 7? Here the multiplicative inverse of 6 by 7 is 7 by 6. Okay, you know that the denominator will goes to numerator, the numerator part will comes at the denominator part. This is a multiplicative inverse. Then what we have to do after these two fractions? We have to multiply these two fractions with the numerator. With numerator itself you have to multiply. 42 into 7, how much will you get? Here 294 you got here. Then 1 6 are how much? 6. Then 6 1s are 6, 6 4s are 24. Then here how much remains? Here remains 5. Is it? 5 remains. Then it will become as a 54. 6, how much are 54? 6 9s are. Okay, 6 9s are 54. Then you will get answer as an 49 by 1. This is an answer. Okay, for 42 divided by 6 by 7. For this fraction you have to make an multiplicative inverse. Okay, Then after that you have to multiply both the fractions. Then for the given fraction, what for this fraction, what you have to do for this product, you have to be reduce this into a lowest term. Okay, then this is one example. Then one more example I have taken here. In this example is a mixed fraction is there. Okay, here in this example there is no mixed fraction. Okay, in this example there is no mixed fraction, but in the example 2 I have taken one number as a mixed fraction and one number has a whole number. Then you know already, if the number arises in the mixed fraction, how to convert these mixed fractions into an improper fraction. You know that 1 5 is a 5, 5 plus 1 5 is a 5, 5 plus 2 7. Okay, the whole number part you have to write as a 7 by 1 divide by here 7 by 5. Okay, you know that how you got 7 by 5. See here, one more time I will tell. 1 5 is a 5, 5 plus 2 7. Okay, 7, and denominator you have to write same. This is we got here. Then here what we have to do next, we have to replace this divide symbol. In the place of this divide symbol, what we have to write, we have to write as a multiplication symbol. See here, 7 by 1 into, then here what we have to do, while we are changing that into a multiplicative symbol, we have to take a reciprocal of this fraction. Okay, the denominator will go at numerator. See here, here 5 is at a denominator, and here I have written that 5 as a at the numerator. Then here the numerator will part comes at the denominator, so I have written here the numerator part 7 has at the denominator part. After this, what we have to do, you have to be multiply these two fractions. Okay, you have to multiply these two fractions. See here, 7 5 is a how much? 7 5 is a 35. Then 1 7 is a 7. Okay, now you have to be check here. If it is possible, you can reduce this fraction into a lowest term. You can reduce here. 7 1 is a 7, 5 is a. Okay, 7 5 is a how much? 35. You will get answer as a 5 by 1. 5 by 1 you will get answer. Dear students, I have taken these examples from your exercise 7.2 B main. Okay, in B main, here first problem I have taken as a fourth problem. Okay, in B main fourth problem I have taken here. Then here the second problem I have taken as second problem itself. Okay, in your textbook they have given this as a second problem and this has a fourth problem. Oh, there are six problems are there. I have solved 2 problems. Remaining problems are similar way. You have to be follow these steps. Okay, then you can get an answers very easily. Dear students, try to solve in your rough notebook. Then you can be understand very easily what we have discussed in today's class. Dear students, in today's class we have discussed about an division fractions. In this division fractions we have discussed an multiplicative inverse or reciprocal, then division of whole number by a fraction. These 2 topics we have discussed in today's class. I hope I am very clear with my topic by solving the all types of problems. Thank you.